Welcome to e-sipnayan, your math guide through senior high school. So for today's video, we are going to talk about deferred annuity. So do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button to our channel, e-sipnayan. The objective for today's video is to be able to compute for the future and present value of a deferred annuity. Okay, so let's talk about the definition of a deferred annuity. So when we say deferred annuity, this is a type of annuity that delays the start of payments until the agreed upon date. Okay, so the length of time between the release of the loan and the first payment is called the period of deferment. So to compute for the future and present value of a deferred annuity, we use this formula. Okay, so in these formulas, PV is the present value, FV is the future value, P is the periodic payment, R is the rate of interest, N is the number of compounding periods per year, T is the time in years, and D is the number of deferred payments. Okay, so the number of periods that he or she will not yet pay before the start of the first payment. So let's have an example. So Kai loaned an amount for the tuition of her daughter. She agreed to pay 1,500 every month for 2 years at 3% interest compounding monthly. So if her first payment is deferred for 3 months, how much was her original loan? So to answer this, we have to identify first the given values in this situation. So we start with the periodic payment, which is 1,500. The interest is 3% or 0.03 in decimal form. N is 12 since it compounds monthly. T is 2 because she agreed to pay for 2 years. And since the payment is deferred for 3 months, the payment is due after the 3rd month. Okay, so which means she will skip 3 payment periods. Okay, so that's how we got the value of 3 as the D. Okay, so for this particular example, we are asked how much was the original loan. Therefore, we use the formula for present value. Okay, so we substitute the values to our formula, and using our calculators, okay, we can compute for the present value. Therefore, she originally loaned 34,638 pesos and 53 centavos. Okay, let's have another example. Marian loaned an amount to buy a new TV. She agreed to pay 5,750 pesos every quarter for a year at 4% interest compounding quarterly. So if her first payment is due at the end of 9 months, how much was the cash price of the TV? Okay, so again, we start with the values given in our situation. Okay, so our periodic payment is 5,750 pesos, 4% interest or 0.04. It is compounding quarterly, so our N is equal to 4, and the time is 1 since she will only be paying for 1 year. Now, it says here that her first payment is due at the end of 9 months. And she is going to pay every quarter. Every quarter means that she'll be paying every 3 months. So for the first 3 months, she's not going to pay. So that's 1 deferment period. Second 3 months, she's not going to pay again still. So that's 2 deferment periods. And on the 9th month, which is on the 3rd quarter, she will start paying. So that particular quarter is no longer part of your deferred period. Therefore, our D is equal to 2 since she will only miss 2 quarters for the payment. Okay, so we are being asked here the cash price of the TV. Okay, so since we're determining the original price of the TV, we use the formula for the present value of a deferred annuity. Okay, so substituting the given values to our formula and using our calculators, so the cash price of the TV was 21,994 pesos and 22 centavos. Now let's have this example. So Kishan loaned an amount to buy a refrigerator, and she agreed to prepay the loan by making 6 semi-annual payments of 6,250 pesos each at 6% interest, compounding semi-annually. So if her first payment is deferred for a year, how much was the cash price of the refrigerator? So again, we start with the given values in our situation. So our periodic payment is 6,250 pesos. Our rate is 6%. Our N is 2 since it compounds semi-annually. And now since we'll be making 6 semi-annual payments, and semi-annual means you'll be paying twice a year, we divide 6 by 2. Therefore, she will be paying for 3 years. Okay, now for the deferment period, it says that her first payment is deferred for 1 year. Now since we are making semi-annual payments, it means that you're going to miss 2 payments or 2 deferred payments. Therefore, our D is equal to 2. Okay, now for the formula, since we are asked how much was the original price of the refrigerator, we're going to use the formula for present value. Okay, so substituting the values to our formula and using our calculators, we can compute that the cash price of the TV was 31,913 pesos and 89 centavos. Okay. Next example. Audrey loaned an amount to buy a gift for her mom. She agreed to pay 350 pesos every month for 6 months at 2% interest, compounding monthly. If her first payment is due at the end of 5 months, how much was the original price of her gift? Okay, so again, we start with the given values. We have our periodic payment as 350 pesos. Our rate is 2%. It compounds monthly, so we have N as 12. But since she's only going to pay for 6 months and our time is supposed to be in years, we convert 6 months to years by dividing 6 by 12. So 6 divided by 12 is equal to 0.5. Okay? Next, for the deferment period, it says there, her first payment is due at the end of 5 months. So on the first, second, third, and fourth month, she's not yet going to pay. Therefore, we have 4 deferred periods. Okay? So, since we're talking about the original price of her gift, our formula is the formula for present value. Okay? So, we now substitute our given to our formula, and using our calculators, we can now compute that the original price of her gift was 2,073 pesos and 94 centavos. Now let's have this example. Ava saves 1,000 pesos every month at an account that earns 7.2% interest, compounding monthly. So if she will start saving at the end of 6 months, how much will be in her account in 8 years? So again, let's start with the given values in our situation. So our periodic payment is 1,000 pesos. Our rate of interest is 7.2% or 0.072. It is compounding monthly, so our N is equal to 12, and the time is 8 since she will be saving for 8 years. Now notice that in this example, you are asked how much will be in her account after a certain number of time. Okay, so the formula that we're going to use is the future value formula for deferred annuity. annuity. So the future value formula for deferred annuity is actually the same as the formula for the future value of simple ordinary annuity. Thus, we do no longer need to identify the number of deferred periods because it does not affect the future value. Okay, so we simply substitute our given values to the formula, and using our calculator, in 8 years, her account will have a total of 129,308 pesos and 24 centavos. Okay, so that's it for our video for today. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you all on our next video. Bye everyone.